live.
Hey, we're live. Okay, I'll let you. I'll watch. Okay, yeah. I have some more tape there if you need. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? So.
Sorry.
I will do. You know what?
Two people are watching.
Two people watching. Hey guys, how are you?
Okay, I don't know how to. It's half of your face, isn't it?
Half of my face is in it. Hey, it's okay. I'll do this. I will do this with no title. So, welcome to my live stream. We're trying to set up the camera at the same time.
I think it's pretty good now.
Okay. I'll be live
3 people
streaming
are watching.
my face at the same time. Okay, so let me pay attention more towards this camera here because this is what we advertise on. For those of you who are on Facebook, I'm just coming on here to say, join us over here on live because we're having a tea party. So, how many times did I say so?
Angelo Gavinelli said, "Yo, what's up, Josh?"
Yo, what's up? Okay, so these are the shoes we're customizing today. I actually already did all this already. These are a pair of shoes that I was making already that I wanted to make them into a God of War custom because I wanted to bring 3 things that I love together. And the whole reason why I did this shoe in the first place was I wanted to do something that ties in a couple of my favorite things. So the first one being I like to do something that represents someone who cares about others, which is A21. That's an amazing organization that they help anyone who's been a victim of slavery or sex trafficking, and they do an amazing job with that, and I really love what they do. And I wanted to, commemorate that. Someone who's dedicating their time for others is amazing, and I want to shine a little bit of light on that. The other one, if you recognize the silhouette, it's 100% based off of the Fear of God Vans. I don't have a pair of those, only because I don't know anybody who did. Actually, I do have a friend who has a pair of those. They look pretty awesome, look pretty cool. And I wanted to do my own little spin on it. So we're taking this shoe here, and we're going to be doing a God of War custom. So I've had some ideas about how to actually do this. You know what? Where's my teacup? I have to have so many sips of tea right now.
Simon Shalomov pretty much said it wrong, but Simon says, "Hey, what's up, Josh?" Too.
Hey, how you doing, Simon? And I'm going to give a big shout out to
Is that
someone, Lawrence. I know if you are watching this, I know you've been like practically almost begging me to do a God of War custom, and God of War is one of my favorite games. The PS4 version of that is one of my favorite games. I absolutely love that game. I'm really excited to do a custom on here. So with that, I think I have to have like seven sips of tea. How many? Like, I'm just gonna take like a giant gulp of tea. That is hot. That is very hot.
so brilliant?
Okay. Okay. By the way, for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone here does know. We're playing a tea game. Every time I say so, we all take a sip of our favorite tea. I think I'm doing my least favorite tea. And what am I drinking right now? I'm actually drinking. It's not really my least favorite, but it technically is when tea gets like really strong. Like you leave the tea bag in there for a certain amount of time. So I have that. I'm doing that with some green tea. So yeah.
Somebody commented,
What's that?
"Man, you are the god."
Thank you. I'm happy with how these look actually right now. Last night I was complaining because I didn't like the way they were turning out to be. This little like stencil part right here was such a pain in the butt, and I will be showing you the detail on that in next week's video. You kind of see how I got to this step, so be looking out for that. So for right now, I'm gonna put this aside, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start to bring out the God of War stencils and kind of break down my mind idea about what we're doing here. Also, for those of you who are viewing on Facebook, I'm only answering comments on YouTube, so if you guys want to join us over there, go on ahead. I'm just on Facebook for those of you who do not normally go on YouTube or even know what we're doing today. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for actually joining me here on this channel, and I do appreciate your support over here as well. I got my phone in the corner. I'm going to move you when I start spraying with this guy. So, let me get my stencils real quick. I'm going to go out of frame for 2 seconds. Alright, so, alright, I have a ton of them. Oh, that's right here. Oh. Okay, so, I don't know if you can really kind of see this on camera, but what I have here is I have a couple of stencils here, so if in case I get it wrong the first or second or third or fourth time, I have backups. So this always happens whenever I'm doing like a custom. I have a great idea and then I go to do it and something goes wrong. I'm sure you guys understand that from the Last Supper custom I did, where things went wrong so many different ways. So here is my thought process. Right here I have the outline of Kratos. And so I'm going to take out the positive and I'm going to leave the negative, and I'm going to put that on this shoe and maybe do either a light or a dark coat of black here. Now I'm going to be using my other airbrush, and I'm going to be doing it to try to control it. I'm playing it a little close, a little danger. I'm going to put a little bit of like tape here for the most part, but for the most part I'm just going to be playing it by, you know, just lightly spraying on here to kind of create a black little shadow of Kratos. And then what we're going to do from that step is I have a stencil made with the Omega sign, that's Kratos' normal logo here, with some of these like runes from the actual game that are actually in that stencil. And I think you'll be able to see that better when I am actually taking the stencil apart. And what I'm going to try to do is, the idea behind this is I'm going to go back over it again with red. Now I think what might be better is if theoretically I put this down and then do red, or put black on top of that so the red will be safe and stay there, rather than putting more paint on this. Because I don't like to put a lot of paint on this. As you can already see, I had to do a lot of paint on this because what you don't see is before we got to this step, I was at this step.
By the way, give us a like.
Yeah, and if you can, share this on other social medias. Let them know we're here. Sometimes we get lost in some other subscriptions that you guys have. So some people I know, especially on like Facebook or YouTube, they don't really get a chance to see us because we're still pretty new, but that's okay. So we went from A to B. Let me make sure you guys can see this. So we went from this guy here to this guy. And before we even got here, I had this like pineapple graphic on, and honestly, they weren't the prettiest of shoes. They were like pineapples, and then they put a random like skull on the bottom of the pineapple. So it's like Hawaii had a weird pirate rock concert, and then it made a pattern on my shoe. So I remember buying this because I think with the pineapples you couldn't see the little skull faces from far away. I just like the pineapples, mainly because it reminds me of SpongeBob, and I do like SpongeBob. So I decided to bring some life back into this and do this. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and try my best to kind of figure out how I'm going to actually do this. Now the last part of this step, I might surprise you guys with. I don't know what's going to actually go in the middle here. I like Kratos' background, we're definitely doing that. I like the Omega sign, we're definitely doing that. I'm going to put something special on the inside, and that is where the trouble begins. I don't know which stencil I'm going to go with. I have some of Kratos' blades that I might put on that as a little more classic. I also have the axe he uses in his game. That would be amazing. So with that said, I'm just gonna dive in and kind of figure out as we go along here. Okay, so let's start with his shadow. Okay, now I'm turning into like one of those paint along videos, and we're gonna be doing this right here with the soft voice. Can everybody hear me okay, by the way, on the live stream? I don't know how the mic sounds. I don't have any like audio feedback.
I can test it.
Okay. Can you pass me the our like super fancy cutting thingy? It should be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna stop leaning in like this, and I'm just gonna like put this in frame, so you guys can kind of see it here. Let's see here, which Kratos I'm gonna use. That one. I'm gonna cut these up real quick. Okay.
Guli Suleiman, I don't know how to pronounce it well, said, "We hear you well."
Oh, perfect. Thank you. You're a rock star. I appreciate that. All right. While I'm doing this, let's play a fun game. I have a riddle that one of my students gave to me today. That it was a really cool riddle, actually. And it goes something like this. I'll speak louder since I'm facing this way. The riddle goes, there's a room where bees double every single minute.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. And then it takes an hour for the room to fill up. At what point was there only halfway full of bees? I don't think that word makes sense, but at what point during that hour was the room only halfway full of bees? I think I'm about to say it again. So, there is a room that doubles in bees every single minute, and I would not want to be in that room. It takes an hour for the entire room to fill with bees. At what point in time was the room halfway full of bees?
By the way, the username Guli is actually Sherzad.
Oh, hey, Shazad! Happy you're here to join us. I'm sure you got the whole crew there. Shazad, Torah, all you guys.
Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, yes. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to take out the positive, which is what's in the middle, and keep the negative, which is on the outside. So I have these really cool tweeting tools here that are really, really handy. You can get away with using like tweezers or a nail, but let's do this. And again, for all those joining us on Facebook, I'm only going to be responding to the comments that are on YouTube. I see George just joined Facebook. Hey, George!
I also put the link in the comments to the YouTube live, so everybody can click that.
Perfect. Okay, so I was saying, so this is the positive, and as you can see, like this is definitely the shadow of Kratos.
Wait, a little bit closer, please.
A little bit closer? Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That's good. That's very good.
So you can really say this is the outline of Kratos. I'm gonna put this real quick on here because that's gangster. You know what? I probably should have saved that in case I needed it later. But okay, you know what? Since it's there, I'll show you a real quick example of what I'm talking about. Let's see here. What color am I using? I'm using black. I'm also using black with too soft and too thin. Be very careful with these paints. I'm going to put on a mask so I don't breathe in any of these toxins. I'm using an air compressor. All that is just a big tank that just pushes air through this device that allows me to put in paint and kind of shoot it and have a really smooth finish. I think if anyone here has been watching on my channels, you can kind of see this too. So let's do this. By the way, for the answer of the riddle, okay, for those who've been sitting there trying to guess, I don't know if you maybe guessed the right answer, but the answer to the riddle is it takes 59 minutes for the room to get halfway full of bees because it doubles every single minute. Therefore, once it goes from 59 to 60, meaning the hour, the room doubles in bees and the entire room is full of bees. Okay, so real quick, I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see this on camera?
Kind of, like on the edge.
Okay, so I will do a little tester spray here. I'm gonna move this over here, this stencil, and I'm gonna move the shoe out of frame.
Gleb said hi.
Hey Gleb, I just saw you, man. Working so hard. Welcome back. Or welcome to my channel. So
Stay healthy.
stay healthy. Alright, I'm gonna be very careful because I got my phone here too, so I might have to move my phone in a second. I'm gonna do a little bit of paint here. And the compressor does get a little noisy, so I'm gonna give you a heads up real quick. Everything's should be tip top in there, tight. So, where's my top? I'll put this top in here just to be safe about it.
Do you want me to take the phone and show what you're doing?
Yeah. For those of you who are joining us on Facebook, just giving you another reminder that I won't be answering any comments on Facebook, only on YouTube. So if you want to say something, come join us over here on YouTube. We're having a tea party. For those of you already here, cheers to you. Alright, so let's do this real quick. Yeah, let's do it. If you want to take the phone, you can.
Wait,
Alright.
I'm gonna flip the camera.
Okay, and I'm going to hold this up to you guys to see it. I'm just going to do like a little demonstration to show you kind of what's going on here, okay? So, the compressor's not even on. And that's the compressor, so. You know I care about you guys because this paint is not the cheapest I have, so I love you. But real quick, that's it. Just a little bit of. I'm gonna move this, protecting my really pretty bottom. So you can see here, I just sprayed a little bit of outside of Kratos, and so what's gonna happen here is now I'm gonna take my heat gun, which is like a hair dryer on steroids, super strong, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of a wave through. You see how the paint's already starting to dry, and the vinyl will shrink as well, so it'll change the placement of it. Now, it's pretty much dry to the touch, so using my weeding tool, I'm going to weed it out. And I'll show you guys real quick. This already looks like Kratos. It got like the red streak on it. Again, I'll put this to the side so you can kind of see what we did there. Should be wearing gloves. So, see? So right there, because the vinyl was there, it leaves this shadow. So we're going to be doing the reverse of that. So instead of painting the outside, leaving that clear shadow in the end, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be leaving the outside red, and then having this be black. That way, when we do the omega sign, we can make that red, if that makes sense.
Where should I put the phone?
We can put it back here where it was.
Okay. Switch the cam.
How we did that?
Also, Gleb said, asked, how long is it to take? How long does it take to make a new custom shoe?
How long does it
So,
take
like,
to make a
both
new
shoes.
custom shoe? To do both of them or just one?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Shoes.
It depends on the custom. Let's see. For example, I think it took
It's
me...
different from filming and just
Yeah.
making them.
Yeah, it's different from like just filming them. I think if I'm just maybe like if I don't have to worry about filming at the same time and just focusing on like just making the shoe. Um, I think it would still probably take me like 4 or 5 days. Maybe less if everything goes great, but it's really rare that ever happens.
But if you had unlimited time, like you didn't have
like
work.
if I didn't have work.
Two different scenarios. Like one is
Okay,
like,
so like if I didn't have work, maybe 2 days, 3 days, like maybe 2.5 days. Just wake in the morning, doing the custom. Yeah, 2.5 days. That makes more sense. Like doing the camo boots that we did. I think I did that like in a day and a half with work. So doing this custom here, it took me longer because I'm not doing a brand new shoe. I'm just doing a already used shoe. So I had to try to get it down to a base color where I can put color on top. Like I think what we did here is I had to cover the entire bottom coat with black and then do white again and then go back and do it red to get the red to pop. And then put these stencils here to keep the white there and then go on it. But it takes a long time. Like it depends on what kind of custom it is. Like,
yeah, and the shoe too.
If it's a really
Base.
complicated custom, I think 3 to 4 days. You know, if I'm not doing anything else. Like it depends. Like we have a custom that I'm currently working on that because the material on the bottom being so resistant to like anything sticking onto it, it's almost like the paint is almost fighting me every single time whenever I'm putting it on there. So that's a different struggle. Like normally I wouldn't do the bottoms except for like a shoe that I really think would look better with the bottoms customized. Like the Pikachus. The Pikachus look great. The benefit of doing the Pikachus was the fact that they were used, so the paint could stick to that better. Doing a brand new shoe, they have like a protective coat on it, and if you don't properly strip it, or if the coat is not just a coat, but it is steeped into it's deep into the actual like bottom of the shoe, that can be a pain in the butt. So yeah, it just depends. I would say really complicated one, week, 2 weeks. Like average, I think 2 to 3 days. So it just depends.
And then Gleb said 2 more things. It's very interesting to watch what you're doing, and it's very cool that you can do videos and work.
Yeah, I love what I do when it comes to like doing customs and teaching. For those of you who don't know, who are new, I am a coach and a trainer who trains specifically in dance. And what I do is I try to allow their bodies to have a competitive edge. Meaning, like, I work specifically with ballroom dancers or people who are trying to get into a. While I'm talking, can you pass me the transfer tape so I can work on this at the same time?
Also, do you want to drink this? Because I forgot it has caffeine in it.
Yeah, I'll take. This tastes better than my tea.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's hot with these lights, right?
Yeah, we're playing a game. For those of you who are just joining, every time I say the word "so," I have to take a sip of tea. But yeah, I train dancers who are either competitive in ballroom or are trying to audition into a specialized high school or middle school or college, and those can be really, really competitive. So I try to prepare them, almost giving them, like it depends. Like if I'm trying to prepare someone to get a competitive edge, we normally have a little bit more time to work with as far as ballroom goes. And what I do, I work with individuals and I analyze their bodies and what they need to improve on. For example, a dancer might have tighter hip flexors, so I have to go in and kind of loosen up their hip flexors so they can have more mobility, so that they can look better when doing Latin, so that they can just perform better at competitions, and the judges will see them. Because dance is it's an aesthetic sport, so if a judge thinks you look good, then they'll give you a higher score, you know? So sometimes the difference between winning and losing is a fraction of a point. And what I do is I help my dancers get the ability to get that fraction of a point. So I love doing that. It's so much fun. And I love doing this because at the heart of who I am, I like being like super creative. I get really creative with helping my kids solve their individual issues. It's always like doing like a custom because I'm customizing the lesson just for them. But doing this is really cool because I get to take what's in my head, what would be like really cool, and I get to bring it to life. So yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Do you know who is Minty Motion?
I do not know who
Please
you're...
say your name.
Huh?
They said, hi Josh, cuff, cuff.
Can you pass me my
Yeah.
super sharp thing? I believe the measurements was...
Minty Motion, please say who you are. Your name.
Hey, Mix Emotion.
Minty Motion.
Minty Motion.
Mixed Emotions.
I didn't really call you Mixed Emotions. Let's see here. I measured this and I was talking at the same time, so I didn't remember it. It's a little bit over 3. I think I can get away with 3 by 4. So what I'm doing right now is this is called transfer tape. I'm going to cut out a perfect measurement. I might actually just use the scissors for this. I'm going to cut out a measurement and I'm going to put that on here. And what that's going to allow me to do is I'm going to allow me to take this and put it on here and make sure it's perfect and it matches, you know, the decal here.
You were kind of blocking the transfer tape.
Oh, okay. Let me just cut this. I feel like this is going to mess up on me. Don't do it! 3 by 4. I believe that was the measurement I just said.
And Sherzad said, good job, sincerely, Sherzad.
Thank you.
But the custom, I think. I'm not sure.
Either or. I appreciate the support. Okay.
Can you explain why I'm telling you the comments and you're not checking them?
Yeah, so I don't have my computer or my iPad here just as a safety thing because I don't want to get any paint on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the phone is a little bit easier to operate as it's in front of me, so I can kind of like move it away. Be interesting.
Your Aunt Irene said, hi, Yarbrough crates, looking good there.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. I like what you guys do on your channel
Irene.
too. Hello. By the way, Greta has a birthday coming up, for those you're wondering, and I'm really, really excited for it. I am
So sweet.
counting down the days. Let's see here.
I got a comment. Hi Josh, this is Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. I'm doing the God of War custom. A little bit differently than what I anticipated. I think it's going to be amazing. What's really funny, if someone looks at this and they see like Fear of God on it, and then they're thinking like, if they've seen God of War, I would be pretty scared too if I saw a man who's, you know, Kratos. Funny. Get it, God of War. Fear of God. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm a little like curious behind like maybe. Okay, so here's my original idea. Okay, so we're gonna create an outline of Kratos here in black, right? And then I'm gonna go back over this and do it with the omega sign. You know what I'll do? I will weed out the omega sign so you guys can kind of see this too, and maybe we can come up with this together. Let's see here.
Gleb asked, what kind of music do you listen to?
What kind of music do I listen to? I think it depends. Like sometimes I like rap. Whenever I'm working like this, like normally I would have music on in the background, or I'll be listening to like a sermon, mainly by like Stephen Frederick or Creflo Dollar, but I will also do some chill lofi beats. I think that's short for low frequency beats. And what that is...
No, Frankenstein.
Low Frankenstein. What that is with the lofi beats is that it's really chill kind of hip hop music that allows time to almost go by quicker, but it's not like heart bumping or like heart racing. It allows you to have a smooth, steady pace. And what I've found is even when I played in my classes, whenever I have the opportunity to use music, just as background music, it allows like my students to not only focus, but like kind of chill and kind of calm, like just like have a calming moment here.
By the way, Gleb just said that when they had a week off, they went to Russia and then they went to Estonia too for 2 days.
That's dope.
Where did you go?
Greta, I think you can hear. Where'd you go? It's all quiet.
Should we put some music on? I don't know if we have
you know
any
what?
copyright-free.
I'm afraid, like, yeah, I'm afraid like they're gonna shut down the stream if we have music that's like copyrighted. I think how this works is I keep it a negative. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I should be doing that. I should be putting that there. I'll fix this later. Okay. This should be like 2 seconds for me to weed out. For those of you joining me on Facebook, how are you guys doing? We're doing a custom pair of Vans that are God of War themed. My favorite games of all times. But if you guys want to like ask me questions like Gleb is doing, make sure you tune in on YouTube so I can see it. Or else I won't be able to see it. Oh no! I don't like when this is okay. So whenever I'm doing these customs, sometimes the final does not like me and it wants to change. What kind of accent was that? I don't know. So
Thank you for all the likes under our video.
yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Do this. Also, let me know if you like this. Like, if you like us doing more lives and stuff. I would like to do it. It's a lot of fun for me, actually. Doing lives like this with you guys and having it interactive. I think it's just a lot more personal. I get a chance to kind of hang out with you guys. I'm still going to do the other content where I show you guys like the more fancy,
More detailed stuff too.
yeah, the close-up shots and stuff like that. I would like you guys to help me on this. So I'm trying to take off this stencil here so I can show you guys what it's going to look like. You know, the bottom part's not going to look like the way it looks right now. But everything else should be one for one. Oh, that is so cool.
Gleb said, yeah, lives are interesting.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Appreciate it. Did he answer where he went to Estonia? Like what
Yeah,
part?
Narva, which is very near to Russia, but I've personally never been there
Oh, okay.
because it's quite far from me. Like I thought it was far when I lived in Estonia. Now everything there is not that far.
Gotcha. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this right here, almost like I'm pretending like this is the shoe itself before I actually start like going for it, and we can all kind of make a decision together. How do we think this is gonna look? Like how do we think it's gonna work? I'm pretty sure. What I said before. Oh no, there's a letter that was trapped there from the other custom, not the other custom, but like the other stencil. Get away! Do not cover my custom. Stuck like glue. Really bad French accent. All right. Okay, so you know what? I'll spray it down with a little bit of color too. Let's see how that looks. Oh, okay. So if you're, why am I turning that camera? If you are looking at this, can you guys see this? I'll put this a little closer. So everything in white right here is going to be black theoretically, and this will be red, because the omega sign in the actual game is red. So we already have this shoe as a red background, as a red base. What I'm afraid of is if we do the Kratos in black here, which will look amazing, and then we go back over this with red, it's not gonna look quite right. So what I'm thinking of is maybe what I'll do is I'll put this stencil on first, and then put this guy on top of that, spray that black, okay, and then, oh, you know what? I think I just solved my own riddle. I think I just solved my own riddle. So, yeah, I think I just solved my own riddle in a way. So here's what we're gonna do. So what I have in mind, I have a surprise. I'm gonna put something from the God of War game in the middle of this circle. That's just gonna be like little icing on the cake. And I want it to be more of a surprise. So I'm gonna put the stencil right there in the middle, whatever it is. For now, let's just say it's a flower. There's no way it's gonna be a flower, so that's why I'm saying it's a flower. Let's just say there's a flower here. So I'm gonna put this stencil down on the red. I'm gonna put the flower here. Okay, then I'm gonna put this guy on top of this. I'm gonna spray this black. We're gonna remove this, remove all of this, remove the flower. Everything that is on here will remain red, including everything on the inside. So let's just say here, whatever we put on here will stay red with like black around it. So the middle will be black, all these rooms will be black, this whole here will be black. And we're gonna have this really cool shape here. That's gonna be right there. And this looks so dope. We can see it. It's gonna be amazing. A little excited much, just a little bit. And then I think once we take off this vinyl, now here's what I'm afraid of. You see how this kind of goes a little bit bigger than the omega sign? What I'm afraid of is that we won't actually get the whole omega sign. I can actually, wait, no, you can actually see the omega sign in here, the circle, like what it's coming down to be. And I think that little outline kind of looks like it matches with the omega sign. I don't know if you guys can see it. I doubt you can. But what I can see it. You know what I'll do? I'll spray this. I'll do what we're talking about right here. I have an extra one of these, so I'll do exactly what I'm talking about. I'll show you guys. And if you guys like this, you can let me know right away, because that will definitely help me. Oh, crap.
Tell me when you have time to answer some questions.
I have some time right now.
Okay. I think Sasha, I don't know which Sasha though, because they don't have a picture, but she asked, Josh, I have a question for you. How long have you been coaching others in dance?
How long have I been coaching others in dance? Wow, that's a deep question. Not really deep.
Not deep. Make it as quick as possible.
As quick as possible. Okay. So let's see here.
Is your phone's battery dying?
I'm on 10%. That's okay.
Okay.
I'll make it work. I started coaching. Okay, not like hardcore coaching. I was doing a little bit of teaching at the age of 15 when I first started teaching, and then after that, though, if I lined it up there. After that, I guess I kind of always continue teaching. As far as like doing the kind of coaching I'm doing right now, probably starting around 17. I was working with people who really didn't have
When you were 17?
When I was 17.
So how many years? That was almost 10 years ago.
About 10 years. So about 10 years now. Teaching started when I was 15. Almost 10 years. I was like 9.5. 26 now. How am I gonna do this?
And also, what was your inspiration to start making these cool crafts?
What was my inspiration to start making these cool crafts? That's a fun story. So, how am I gonna do this? I don't know if it's gonna work. Go this way as a tester. My inspiration behind this is actually a funny story. I originally started researching how to build and kind of paint stuff because I wanted to do really cool costume customs stuff, doing stuff for Comic-Con or making my own costumes and stuff like that. And I've always kind of liked making my own costumes. Like even growing up, I didn't. I really I never remember one time really where I bought a store-bought costume, except for the one time I bought Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. But I can't remember one time I ever bought a store-bought costume. I think the majority of the time, I've always, put together my own costume from scratch, from like maybe using materials at a thrift store, or maybe putting together two different things that normally would go together to make something like that was unique. Like I think I took a towel and then I took like a blanket and a brown shirt, pair of brown pants, and like some like really fuzzy boots, and I made a William Wallace costume. And I think I took a wig that was meant for Jack Sparrow, and so I dressed up as like William Wallace. So, but as far as like doing like customs, like custom clothes like this, I think it really started with me researching like how to build a costume like that, and learning paint techniques off of like how people were doing that. And then as I'm researching airbrushes, I kind of come across people who are making anime, gaming, but I didn't know if, and I'm not going to judge anybody, I didn't know if there was like a true like love for those things with some of them. I just think that like, maybe sometimes people are doing it for popularity, and I don't blame them for that. That's awesome. But I wanted to like take my own kind of like spin on it, because I feel like I wanted to make something that was really cool based off of that. Did that answer your question? I think I went through a whole circle. It was pretty much, I went for one thing, like how to paint something random like a helmet, or how to make a sword out of foam, to discovering like you can customize your shoes. And I thought I was never going to be able to do it because I can't work a paintbrush that amazing. But then I discovered like you can use stencils, and I was like, wait a minute, I can do that. So yeah. You know what? I probably should have worn a mask.
I can give it
Okay. So
to.
let's see here. Here's the heat gun. Moving the other valuable stencils. Let's see here. One. Okay. And let's remove this. That looks like poo-poo.
Oh, like he's pregnant.
Oh, like he's pregnant. Alright. So I'll show you guys real quick what just happened there, so you guys can kind of see it too. Maybe I can separate these and try it again. I don't think it's going to separate. I think they're like stuck. Okay. I'm glad I'm doing this like on here before I actually do it on the shoe. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I think I know what I'm going to do now.
Sorry. We have almost been live for 50 minutes.
50?
Mm-hmm. It's 9:10 almost.
Wait, it's 9:10?
Mm-hmm. No, 9:50. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy.
I'm about to say. Okay, I think I just destroyed this vinyl.
Gleb said in summer camp you were the coolest guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, this is I can't reuse this. I'm just gonna throw it away. Okay, so let's show you real quick what's happening. Okay, so as you can see, with what we did before, we created a shadow effect around him. Now, what I could do this time is maybe not do the Kratos thing, but I could put, this right here in the middle. So what that would do would be pretty much creating a shadow effect on the shoe. So there'd be like this black kind of like misty shadow around here with this clear red thing. And then I could put this back on top of it, but then that wouldn't show. So what I'm gonna do is this. Okay. Picture this, if you will. Don't picture the head there. So what we're gonna do is, this is gonna be the outline of Kratos. We can all clearly see that, okay? And then I'm gonna put the stencil on top of this and pull out let's think here. If I leave the positives, everything underneath the positives will remain black. So I need to take out the negatives. No, I need to take out the positives and then spray everything else with red and then tape off all these edges. That is what we'll do! Okay, I figured it out. So right now what we have here is we have, imagine that this area is black, okay, and then imagine what's black is red. So what we need to do now is we need to put on the same stencil we just did right there, okay? That way everything here will remain black. And then, oh shoot. Okay, I have it. I think I have it. I swear I think I have it. So, I'm going to make this black. And then...
Lauren said the struggle is real.
Oh, the struggle is so real! Because if I make one false move, it's over. It's over. So, let's do this. If we go black on that one, and then we pull that red. That'll be red, that'll still be black. Yes.
It's late too, it's like the brain is not in the best shape anymore.
Oh, it's not that. It's like trying to solve a puzzle, okay? But you can't see if it's working. So imagine like you
Why don't you just use that by itself?
Use what?
This.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So right now, this will, okay, so what we see here.
Isn't it too big?
No. So what I'll do here, so what we see here is if I put this on the shoe, what that would do is mean everything else except for the black part will become, whatever color I spark will become whatever color I spray on it. So if the bottom part is red and I spray it black, this will remain red.
So are you making like the canvas again, like you did with Martin Luther King?
Yeah, I'm pretty much doing that, so I'm trying to figure this out. No, I'm not doing that. I know what you're talking about. So I'm doing the reverse of that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So I'll tell you what we do. Before we start doing this on paint, let's just say, who says that we do, we do it on the cardboard first, and then we then see how it works, and then we do it on the shoe to see if that's perfect. That would be the scientific thing to do. Or we just go crazy. And we just put it on the shoe and just see what happens. Who knows? Who's up for that? What are we doing?
What do you need?
That's a good question. I don't actually know.
By the way, are we gonna show the finished product in the video, or are you gonna do it right now?
If it's done right now, I'll show it now. I mean, they're here.
Because we're almost been live for an hour.
Okay. Alright, so of the cardboard.
Your mom said cardboard or go crazy on Facebook.
You're the only one I respond to on Facebook. Everybody else has to go on YouTube to type in. She has a pass because she gave you birth.
And then your Aunt Irene also said on YouTube cardboard first.
Yeah, okay. Let's do this then. So I'm going to take, because I have 4 of these stencils and I can always make new stencils. It would take me like 3 days to remake this the way it is.
There are more people who said, Daniel said A, Sasha said A, you'd be more professional doing it, lol. And Gleb said, I think A is the best choice because you can change a mistake that you made.
Agreed. Put this Kratos over. I'm having a little Kratos party over here going on. Stay humble. Kratos. Okay. Alright, let's...
And Lauren said, Josh, super cool that you're doing this. It's getting late, gotta go. Good luck and good night to both of you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. I'm gonna be wrapping it up after this. Oh goodness, they're stencil. Yeah, normally don't do what I'm doing right now. You would use transfer tape because it just makes it like really smooth. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna be doing it like this until it's time for the actual custom. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys what's gonna happen here. Picture the cardboard as being red. Should I just spray it red right now? No. Actually, no, I think we'll get the same effect. I have a separate airbrush, so I'll use that to do the red, and then I'll use this to do the black. I think I'd rather go ham with the red than with the black. Okay. Okay, so we have the negative Kratos here. Granted, this won't be the most professional of it. You guys are awesome for sticking out with me so late on the live stream. I'll make it quick because I know it's getting late. You guys have, some people have work and school in the morning. I work in the evening, so. Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna hold my breath. Oh no! Started spraying and the stencil came right up. I'm using a Masterworks airbrush for those who are wondering. It does a great job. It's only $20. If you have a compressor, the compressor is the one that will cost you in the end. But it's doing a good job. Alright. Just with the heat. Kratos! The God of War! Huh. Yeah! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing! Come on, Kratos! Whoa! Huh. Yeah! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it over there. In case I need it for some odd reason. Let go of me, you fiend! Unhand my fingertips. You can't see it, but like this spinal, it doesn't want to let go of my finger.
Gleb said, I don't know why, but I like to draw a lot. That's so cool.
I loved drawing so much in middle school. I even bought a how to draw manga book.
I never tried because I knew I couldn't draw at all.
Let's
How
practice.
sad.
That is so sad. You're actually really good at drawing, Rita. Yeah, you are. There, thank you. Okay. I'll have to show you guys. Do you guys want to show me now, or should I just show you once it's like actually done?
I think we should.
So here's Kratos so far. I don't know if you guys can see him. I'll bring him closer. closer.
Yep.
There's Kratos. I'm gonna at least do this with you guys, and then see what we do here. I don't want to say black. I need to be red, and I need to be red. Yep. Okay. I got what we're doing now. Move there, you other Kratos. Let's see here. Is there anything that's already like kind of broken that I should use? No? Okay, good. For this one, I might actually bust out the transfer tape for you guys. I know this will work, but just in case. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. Once you get it done the first time, it's totally easy to do it again. Am I right? You know? I don't block any cameras. I'm left-handed. I'm sorry about that. Oh no! Kratos tested my hand. It's like waxing my little hand. Okay. Oh wait, where's my other tool? I have all these tools. I'm not using them. Dude, this is so cool. I'll make that up there. Why not? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Try to do it. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. You know what? The light is on. I need more light! You have so much light. I need more of it! Let's see here. You tested me. Oh no, I just messed up something. Oh well. You know what I'll do? I'll put you over there. I'll put you back where? You guys are awesome for sticking through this. I will try to hurry this up. I want to do a bad job on it though. We've been having so much fun talking. As you guys can see, like, customizing is not what gets you in the end, it's you. I'm just kidding. I like talking so much, taking so much time. I like talking though. Drawing. Do you guys have a favorite artist that you guys like to watch? And when I say artist, I mean, it could be anything. It could be like animation. It could be cinematography. It could be someone who does more along the lines of like art, and they could be long and gone. Like Van Gogh's one of my favorite painters. As far as like older painters go. Pretty much the Starry Night. I just like Starry Night. Let's see here.
Sasha said Sashley is my favorite animator. I think she likes anime a lot.
If I remember correctly, Sasha is actually pretty good at animating. I'll have to go check them out. Do you know what shows they specifically do, or do they have their own like content on YouTube?
Mom said, "Do not rush to it." Great.
I will. Let's see here. I will use red for this. I don't want to take too much time, because I don't want that paint to get like a little bit dried out on my airbrush, because then I'll get too much paint. But luckily, I have two airbrushes today. I don't normally like go like do them back to back. I'm not like normally do it with like. But we'll do that today. Are you trying to adjust it so they can see it better?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're amazing.
I'm
Guys,
sorry for
let's all vote that we give her a raise. Okay.
Sasha said they usually post small animations. I suggest you check them out.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, my wife and I also, for you guys, are really, really big fans of anime. One of my favorites is Naruto, but I think that's like very generic. One of my lesser known favorites is probably going to be, I like Seven Deadly Sins. I also really would recommend, I would really, really recommend you go seeing Violet Evergarden, such a beautiful, beautiful anime. I think that's Greta's one of her lesser known favorites. One of the shows I really like right now is My Roommate's a Cat. I'm loving.
That's so cute.
Greta will tell you right now, I get like a little kid on Christmas every single time I see that intro. It is the cutest intro of all time. My roommate's a cat. It's pretty much self-explanatory. It's about a guy whose roommate's a cat. But it's such a cute way.
It's a very kind of a sad story, but it's now like getting better, like happier, I guess.
Yeah.
But like it's interesting and it's like different.
Yes, I mean I don't know how, seeing an anime about a guy who's just adopting a cat would be like the most entertaining thing in the world, but it magically is, and it's worth every moment of your time.
Every moment?
Every moment. Seriously, I love that show.
Thank you for everybody who voted for Race. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so now that we have this done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of Kratos here. Okay, and I will probably use transfer tape for this part here. Only because I want to do a good job on this part. I'm thinking about there. Yeah, okay. This is a lot of fun, actually. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. She's like, I'm just watching you. It looks good, though. Let's see here.
Clip said, yeah.
It's cool. We're having fun at our tea party. I've done better about not saying the magic word this late in the game. That is correct. Only what this does is it allows me to get perfect, precise cuts every single time. And if you're trying your best to not overuse your vinyl or create waste, that's something that's really important to me. I try not to create as much waste as possible. Just because I want to just, be conscious of the amount of materials I use. Oh, did I mess it up? There we go. Now it's free. But for the sake of doing a good job, I will use transfer tape for this portion here, because we're definitely doing this as like a dummy custom, like a dummy, if you will. Let's see here. Will this work? Yeah! Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Oh, I'll be so happy if anybody knows what quote that's from. I love when a plan comes together. I don't think his voice doesn't sound like that at all. Give her a raise. I will. My mom is on your side, Greta.
I know. I saw it.
Gotta get this channel bigger then, so we can afford to keep you raise.
Yeah, Gleb actually asked earlier, how much money do you spend for costume stuff?
For doing customs?
I don't know, maybe it was a typo.
No, it could be because I talked about doing costumes, making my own costumes and stuff like that.
Oh.
So I'll answer both, just in case. How much money do I spend on customs? That depends. Getting the equipment to do this wasn't cheap. I make my own stencils out of vinyl, and the vinyl does cost money. I think the vinyl, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's $10, right, babe, per sheet or per pack?
No, I think a little bit more.
You think more? Okay. Probably right. Should I do about? I think about there.
And one bottle of paint is about $7 to $8.
Yeah.
The bigger ones, but smaller ones are $5.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So I measured this to be the exact measurement of the shoe. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly am I going to do this.
Maybe you have to check how much battery you have on your phone. It might just like turn off.
Just in case, guys, if you guys are here, I think this might be crooked. No, it's fine. If you guys are here from Facebook, and in case it does go out, do kind of hop on over to YouTube to kind of finish the stream. I'm gonna be doing this real quick. I might end it here. I don't know, because I don't want to keep you guys up too late. Because I know some of you guys are awesome. They'll be like, I'm here with you till the end. And I'm like, I'm with you too. But I do have to get up early tomorrow and like kind of finish this up and start working on the other shoot at the same time. I didn't answer the question. Okay, so I just realized that. Okay, so I'll put it in perspective. I think if you want to do it yourself, like do the exact same custom, I think where it might actually cost you is depends on like how much you value your own time. Like for example, I made a custom like off-white Nerf gun. This was just practicing to see like how long it would take me to do this by hand. If I did that by hand, that took me like, I kid you not, like 5 days, something like that, to make that. It took me like maybe like 4 or 5 days straight just working on that. So what I did was I had to cut out every single stencil by hand using like painter's tape, and I counted out every single like decal by hand, and then I used spray paint, and you can't control the flow, so like some of the parts just had like way too much paint, and you really can't clean it up per se if something doesn't go right, because you can't like, I mean you could take the spray paint and spray into a can and then like take a paintbrush and do that, but you still have like the propellant that would like mess you up. So how much to do all this? If you were to do everything like me, like the compressor with the airbrushes were like 120. No, they weren't 120. They were like 100. They were closer to 100. The stencil cutting machine, like I went for the maker so I can cut leather and stuff like that with it to get exact precision cuts with this. It's called a Cricut maker, and that was about that was like almost 300.
What?
So Cricut maker.
More like 3.
More like 3. Okay. By the way, if anyone's scared I'm gonna blow up, I'm just removing the one of the hoses for the what's it called? What's it called, guys? Airbrush. Thank you. Removing one of the hoses for the airbrush. Putting in the second airbrush that has the other color in it. I think the Cricut Maker is normally like 300, and I got it on sale for 250. That way I can really get like all these stencils here, because you gotta imagine that would take me so much longer to be cutting these out, one by one. Let's see here. Yeah, boo. Okay. Let's stay along. So in short, I think it depends on how you do it. Like, I think everything I have here is just an easier way of doing something that I can do on my own. But as far as like time goes, that's where the kicker is, So, for example, with my Cricut Maker, I could probably do something in 3 hours that would normally take me, 3 days. Cutting out like details and stuff like that, like doing my own like vinyls, like it takes a lot of time if you're doing it by hand. But with a machine, it does it like I made all this afternoon. Like this, I literally had the idea of like doing a God of War custom with this shoe, like this morning, almost, and came up with everything like the night of, and I could not have done that without having like this equipment, because it would have taken me like a whole another week just to get everything ready. So it does, you know, you get what you pay for, uh, per se, if that makes sense. But a lot of that other stuff is cheap, like, you know, paintbrush, that doesn't cost you that much. These specific paints do cost a bit, like this bottle right here. I don't know, I think it costs like $6 to $8 for this bottle. I think you get like a pack of the smaller versions, like these smaller colors here, for same price, just to see what you use more. I think my heat gun was like $20. So in reality, it doesn't cost that much, but it does cost like somewhat. There we go. I'm just testing the color real quick. Okay, so let's see how this works. Man, this paint, like this airbrush, just pushes out the paint really hard. It's putting on a little too much paint. A little evolve. The hard part about doing Angela's paints is what I'm doing right now. It's like a leather polish. It doesn't want to stick to its own paint, so that might actually have a cool effect. I can kind of see something cool happening over here. I'm not mad at it. It's looking really cool. Here. I don't know if it's going to be exactly like this on the actual custom, because the custom material itself is canvas. This is cardboard. Oh, and my phone died. Okay. My phone died. Huh? What?
I just hope we didn't lose it because maybe we cannot save it for later.
Oh, you know what? Give me my plug then. Maybe you can still bring it back. Maybe. Okay. Let's see how this looks, guys. I'm a little crusty by that if I can't save that. You know what would be really cool if I could have saved both videos, and then going back and forth between like the close-up and the non-close-up. Ooh. Well, that's kind of cool. Okay. So, let's see here. Looks kind of cool. Did you bring me the charger? Oh, you're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
More people are watching you still on YouTube.
Okay. Alright guys, I'll show you real quick what this looks like. So, if we do the custom like this is what it's going to look like.
Closer please.
Oh, sorry.
To the right. Your way. That's perfect.
So, this will all stay black. I think the vinyl didn't stick to this that well, which is why you can't really see the lettering here. Those runes. So I gotta make sure I push that down a little harder. I'm glad we're doing this on here. And maybe if I use this other airbrush I have that puts out a little bit less paint and pressure, it'll capture that a little bit better. So as you'll see right here, so we see the outline of Kratos, we see the Omega sign. Sadly, if I could make this bigger, what I would do is I would maybe have like a really big Kratos here, or you know what, actually this sizing is kind of nice.
Yeah.
This is kind of nice. And then the special item right here, somewhere, whatever that is. I have the vinyl for it. But on that note, I'll turn my phone on real quick. See if it'll power back on. I hope I didn't lose all that footage. That'd be so sad. But if I did, oh well. So, on that note, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I had a lot of fun doing this with you guys. I might go online live again, possibly, and let me know if you guys would like me to do more lives like this. It was a lot of fun doing it with you guys. Really, really grateful for you guys coming out here, showing up. Again, real quick. This is kind of what's going like on this shoe.
Also put on notifications.
Oh yeah. Because we're such a small channel, if you don't have your notifications on, you probably will miss our videos. I know a lot of people haven't seen them because
Algorithm sometimes is pain in the butt.
Yeah, like the YouTube algorithm will come like maybe put us in the bottom because we only post once a week and you might be hyping up on like the guys who are posting every single day. I might do lives so I can be a little bit more active with you guys who are like so cool. But you gotta picture this right here. So we're gonna have Kratos here, and then this is gonna be on the outside here. And what I might do is I might take maybe a black paintbrush and just detail this right there. And then go over other things.
Sasha and Greg said, okay, good night. Bye.
Good
See ya.
night. Catch you later.
You want me to exit out?
Yeah. I'll catch you guys next one.